199, actually. Episode 199. Almost there. Not that there's a goal, but yeah. I sent I sent the second link to someone else by accident. Because your text conversation was right under him. I sent it to my friend, and he was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" But yeah, fuck Zoom. I guess I guess paying for Zoom Premium doesn't mean shit. Zoom, but episode 199 with Paul Whitcomb. What time is it? 6:08 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. Just 2 hours and 52 minutes before the first shit show of presidential debates. Which is what this is. It's just going to be a complete shit show.
The first official shit show.
The first official shit show. Well, oops. Well, that's what it is. Is it's just going to be... No one's going to change each other's minds. No one's going to convince anyone of anything. This is just... Both sides are going to think that their guy beat the shit out of the other.
Right.
No one... We are not going... This is 1914 stalemate. We are not going to move an inch. Yet we're all going to show up for it.
You can't beat it. It's great entertainment.
It is. I'm going to start recording on my phone just in case, because it's been fucking up lately. Just get that extra audio. It's perhaps the best entertainment. When has there ever been an arena? When has a stage ever been set the way this has been set?
I don't know. I mean, the pre-fight circus is out of control. We've got Trump's tax returns and and this vote buying thing up in Minneapolis, which of course nobody's heard anything about.
I haven't.
Yeah, one of Ilhan Omar's aides got caught on video buying mail-in votes for $200 a piece. He had a whole car of them.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Apparently it goes on there regularly, and nothing will come of it. I mean, the attorney general, the law enforcement up there is all very, very far left, so they're not going to do anything about it.
The whole thing just seems to be saturated through and through with just diarrhea, for lack of a better word or a more eloquent way. But really, that's what it feels. It feels like this is just like a set of mattresses, and it's just like marinated in diarrhea in the hot sun. That's what this whole thing feels like. I know, nauseating, but that's what it feels like. Every level, from the Facebook bantering at each other, to buying ballots, to whatever the hell comes tonight. The whole thing just feels like the worst thing we can put forward. But
it's like a greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray.
Served in a dirty ashtray on a hot day when all you wanted was a pitcher of ice water. Instead, you got a pork sandwich. You're like, I'm not hungry. I want water. And you get handed a pork sandwich. Like, I'm so dehydrated. And it's a pork sandwich. It's hot out. There's mosquitoes. You have swamp ass. And they hand you a pork sandwich. And you're like, I just wanted an ice cold Dasani. And they were like, fuck off. Bend over, eat the pork sandwich.
You'll get nothing and like it.
But at the same time, it is the best thing we can do because it's the thing that's risen to the top.
Yeah.
That is the definition of fitness, capital F, in evolutionary biology. Well, not really.
You're right. You're absolutely right. This is your bit, Mr. Former med student.
No.
But
fitness it's the thing that produces the most offspring to reproductive age, and then there's like another like variable where how many of their offspring out to your grandkids that can have an effect on your fitness, capital F. But that's all it is. It's which one proliferates. And
well, I try and do my share.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's fitness. So like I remember reading one study, and it's about all these fish, and it's like you got the big alpha male fish, right? It's like a stud. It's the equivalent of just like a Chad fish, but it's actually it's very fit, capital F, but it's not as fit as this one other one. And it's funny how just in 7 years, how it's not politically correct, but it was called like the gay fish or something, and it was a fish that was like very feminine. It had all the same colors as the women fish, but because it was like the gay friend that they just had over at the sleepovers. This fish would very subtly, just literally and figuratively, just slip it in. And because of it, this one had the most offspring, so it was the most fit. So whereas you look at square jaw Chad and say he is, it's actually it's a very intelligent way of saying if it looks stupid but it works, it ain't stupid.
Right. Well, there's a very thin line between clever and stupid, I've always found.
Joe Rogan, the madness and genius are next door neighbors and they share each other's sugar. Or I think another one, I forget who said it. The difference between insanity and insanity and intellect is profit margin. That's it.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely, isn't it?
Right.
And that's why we see going on in the social media world.
Yeah.
That we're creating it, and these guys are making enormous amounts of money, just ripping up the fabric of our society.
Yeah, yeah. It's right. It's like the eccentric CEO trope, right? He's got like green satin suit, and he has like a pet snow leopard. But if he's like, if he's some Steve Jobs character, it's he's genius. But if anyone else did that, it'd be like, you must be out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, right. The Howard Hughes syndrome.
Yes, but if you add a couple billion, all of a sudden it's a mind for the ages. But it's true, yes. And they are a mind for the ages. If you can do that, because we've defined profit margin as fitness.
Yes.
Right. So.
Yes,
So that's where we are creating this whole thing. That being said, let's get off our high horses and virtue signaling and holier than thou. Let's just jump into the shit show. Let's be the
choice. It's going to be there anyway.
Exactly. Well. Let's at least I can't say let's. I should say me because I'm the one being it. I'm going to get my nose out of the air and instead just become a pig and go jump in the mud. You're already here. You might as well go fucking play.
Well, we are all here. Our whole country is.
Just. Yeah, but what other, the pre-fight build-up, the hype man. I mean, it's one thing to have just the insanity, just the utter destabilizing effect Trump has had on people who dislike him. I mean, really, like an unsettling, like, tweet nonstop. I have fuck Trump stickers on my car. It's like, dude, live your life. Right. Like, you can hate him, but live your life, right?
Right.
There's been 4 years of bubbling hatred, so no matter who Trump went against, it was going to be epic. But now, you have this with, 6, almost 7 months of lockdown?
Yeah.
With no sports, no March Madness, no 2020 Olympics, riots. It is the powder keg of Europe.
And what a lot of the stoking comes from is from Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and Snapchat. You think we're all getting the same information from these sources, right? But we're not.
No.
We're just getting whatever it's designed to generate more clicks and more scrolling from us.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a whole different news feed than I'm going to get.
Yeah.
So when I say I don't know how this person can read the news and still feel the way they do, well, it's because they're reading totally different news.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We're getting two different books. And I'm saying, how did you not like Frodo Baggins? And you're like, I don't know who Frodo is. I'm all about Harry Potter. And I'm like, fuck Harry Potter. I've never even heard of that. It's right. like, dude, we're not even on. We're not even. And if we are getting the same books, some of us are getting some chapters. Some people are just missing the vowel A. Just weird shit.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. It's all curated, just like, YouTube recommendations, or ad recommendations. I get ad recommendations on Instagram now for all these very specific liquors. They're liquors that at work I go back into the stock room, take a picture of, and I walk out front to see whether or not we need to stock it out front. So I don't drink. I haven't drank in years.
Mm-hmm.
But I have like hundreds of photos on my phone now, like high-res close-ups of like just pop-off vodka, like Grand Marnier, like Tennessee. And never in my entire existence online have I gotten specific advertisements for these specific bottles. And that goes to show our online world really is it's like a cyber creation of like the new age idea of manifesting, right? It's we sort of are with tech with our cyber worlds. We kind of can quote unquote manifest.
Yeah,
If you're always looking up Kim Kardashian's ass, really everything you're going to get on Instagram is just going to be chicks with fat asses, right?
you bet.
If you're looking up Trump is a Nazi, that's all you're going to get. If you look up Trump is saving America, that's all you're going to get. To where now we're not even dealing with the same information from each other.
That's we don't have a common frame of reference anymore.
No. It's so how do you think that's dealt with?
I really don't know. I know that when you have such a powerful system of social media that's truly setting the agenda for so many people's lives, especially people younger than you are. And the only rule, I mean, it's totally unregulated. The only rule is what do we do to increase your scrolling, increase your screen time?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the only rule. So we literally have billions of different realities that have been created.
Jesus.
It's very, very polarizing.
You're right. We're all looking at. It's like looking at the night sky from like different planets in the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Like we're looking at the same sky, but none of us are seeing the same constellations. How do you not see the Big Dipper? How do you not see it? What the fuck are you talking about? What is the fuck is the Big Dipper?
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that until you said you have billions of different realities, or as Duncan Trussell says, reality tunnels. Our own thing that we're seeing. Who am I texting? Who am I seeing at work? When I see this show on TV, I'm like, it's fucking communists. Versus then I see someone else, I'm like, hell yeah, go Trump. And it's like, what is that? What is that right there? I just turned one off and turned the other on into my mind. Whereas the guy next to me might be going, fuck Trump. Like, Biden's the only chance.
Yeah.
We're just shutting on and off different. But at the same time, is that not. That is sort of a free market, though. The thing is based around clickbar.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a purely unregulated market. But is it good? Is it good for us? I mean, look at teen suicide and self-mutilation and psychiatric illnesses. It's all coordinated to screen time.
Yeah.
Directly. And that's not the only factor. Think about the fact that how many times have you looked at a buddy's Facebook page or their Instagram feed and just thought to yourself, that guy really has the life of Riley. He's always having a picnic with his wife, or always out at the bar with his buddies, or always fishing. And here I am sitting at home, sitting on the toilet with my pants around my ankles and nothing to do. And so you get this false reality.
Yeah.
That's really carefully curated to show the good.
The creamiest. It's the 5-minute highlight reel that they used to play at the end of SportsCenter, or the beginning of SportsCenter, and then you have an hour and a half of just, right? You haven't seen the whole thing, and not only that, I think Elon Musk said this on the first time he was on Rogan. Was like, not only are these pictures edited, saturated, different vibrance levels, different highlights levels, you auto fix it, do a little change, make you look thinner.
Mm-hmm.
There's also. You're also only looking at the pictures that they took. I don't want a picture that looks. I don't want a picture of us arguing.
Right.
Instead, it's just like the smiling, the ocean in the background, and it's like, who the. Life cannot be that. You cannot do that all the time. At some point, you let your gut hang out. At some point, you gotta pop a pimple. At some point, you fart. Right. At some point, you gotta pick your nose, and then you watch some porn, eat a fucking Twinkie, and go to bed. Like, right. At some point it's at some point it's the unsexy, I don't know, stuff that's cut out in the editor's cut, right?
And there's always that one or two people in everybody's friends list that's always posting things like, "Boy, I'd like to go out, but no one would go with me," or something like that.
Yeah. It's
everybody's got those too.
Yeah, but the thing is I think we're all looking into windows of each other's lives, thinking that ours doesn't match up, but in reality, none of ours are these highlight things. No one has it.
Is kind of an interesting corollary to that. is if you think about it, the person who you are exists only in your mind. Everybody else has a different perception of who you are.
Ooh.
Everyone you've ever met thinks a different thing about you, is focused on a different event, has a different reaction. So the person you think you are exists only in your head and nowhere else. Let that sink in.
I have never thought of that in my life.
But it's true.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Anybody you ask who could describe you would write down something very different than what you perceive to be you.
I mean, how many people have I not talked to since high school that I remember as the guy that did this and that one time in the homeroom? And that guy probably doesn't even remember it. He's like, oh, yeah, no, I was an asshole when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I am thinking of someone that doesn't even exist in time and space anymore.
Exactly. And even people who are close to you have a different perception of you than you have yourself.
My mom, my dad, my older brother, younger brother. Those are all different angles.
They see you differently than you perceive yourself.
All different shots, the same night sky.
Yeah. So the you that you perceive exists only in your own mind.
And then how is my own mind skewed, right?
Right.
How good is your memory? How good is your, some people are just taller than others. Some people have better teeth. Who's to say that some people just don't have a crisper memory and others just, things are a little fogged over, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as time goes on, your neurons degrade and neuroplasticity becomes less pliable. There's less gluons and proteins for new memories to change and the old ones degrade. Your memories of shit, I mean, is that just like the neurophysiological explanation for rose-tinted glasses?
Maybe it is.
Your brain just prunes off the shit and says, just remember the laughs.
The good old days.
Yeah, because it just looks at it as those are the ones that have the best effect. They don't release cortisol. Those memories are good. Those release dopamine. So your brain just prunes reality.
Women would never have a second child.
If they had that? Yeah. Or if they didn't have that?
If they didn't lose memory of how horrible it was the first time.
I was saying that earlier. I was on that guy, Don the Plebe. He's a cool guy, man. You should check out his YouTube. Plebeian Media. He's a cool fucking guy, ex-Marine. I was just on his show. He came on mine 2 days ago. We talked about UFOs and Nazis for 3 hours. It was great.
That's cool.
Yeah, but we were just talking. And, yeah, the line came up, those who suffer remember. Or, sorry, those who suffer remember.
Yes.
That's training. How much of our mind is just pruning it off?
Yeah, and some of it is just not true. I mean, I remember as a kid being absolutely convinced that up in my closet where I couldn't reach, I had a box of very special toys that I kept up there. And I believed it for years. And finally, I asked my mom to get it down for me one of these days. She said, "What are you talking about? This never existed." And there was never any, and I was convinced that it was up there. And I must have dreamed it. And somehow it got implanted in my mind. And it was reality to me. But how many other things are like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many other things just don't... I've been thinking of that lately. Like, I have this view of what's going on in America right now that might not... Again, it's looking at the night sky from different spots in the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
It might not... And in my mind, I'm basing my life off of it, the things I say, the political stances I take. I might be basing those off of a mirage.
Well, I think that's pretty clear. We all only see a very small portion of the picture. Otherwise, we would know what the Tic Tac is and how you can summons it with NAP and all those things we don't know anything about that we should know.
We probably have world peace too.
Well, we're working on it. 3 Nobel Peace Prize nominations in the 10 days is pretty good for the president.
He got 3?
Yeah.
Again, selective realities. I had no fucking idea he got 1.
Yeah, he got 3, and the MSNBC headline was, "Peace deals are merely an opportunity for mega arms sales." So, In other words, Trump's negotiating this peace so we can sell a bunch of weapons to the Arabs, now that we couldn't before because of the Israelis. That was their spin on it.
So is it not worth it anymore? If peace comes at a price of some arms dealers getting a couple fistfuls of cash, is it no arms deals? Let the children die in the streets. Like, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
I remember seeing this one post on Reddit months ago, maybe years ago, and it was talking about psychedelic experiences, like introspective, take some mushrooms or LSD alone in your room and kind of explore your mind. And it was psychedelic experiences are like lightning strikes at night. They all light up the same landscape, but they all cast a different image. So, like a lightning strike over to the left versus one to the right, it's highlighting the same trees and mountains, but if you just get that one flash of light, the image looks completely different. Where's the shadow being cast from? Where's the light coming from?
Well, that goes all the way back to Plato's cave, right?
Yeah, allegory of the cave.
Yeah.
What is real? What is just a shadow? Well, then you have to think, what is the objective landscape? This is something I've been thinking about a lot over the last couple months, is that's different lightning strikes at night. If we're all seeing, I kind of gave my own little twist to it. It's like, not only are there different lightning strikes at night, at any given time, let's just say we're looking at the same landscape, this whatever mile by mile landscape. At any given time, you could be at any point in a mile circumference of it. So not only is there a different lightning strike, you can be at different spots for different lightning strikes. So we are all seeing, like you said, billions of realities, but we're looking at the same objective landscape. What is that landscape? What is that objective landscape?
Well, yeah, like our frame of reference is different. So
you can go get your dog if you want. I don't care.
Mel! There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. She's gonna
fine.
bark.
No, she's fine. I get it. Hey, we're in a very weird place in this country. I want to bark too.
Well, she's a really strong Trump supporter, and every time someone walks by wearing the wrong color, she wants to go bite them.
Bloods and Crips, yeah. But
yeah, she'll bite.
So a billion different realities. What is that objective? What is that landscape? Can it be known?
It's infinitely variable. And it's almost like the whole concept of multiple universes and quantum physics, where you have every choice breaks off into another alternate reality. When it's not even theoretical, we're actually living that right now, because our whole fund of knowledge, our whole source of touchstones for how we judge things is all curated, not to help us learn, not to help us understand each other, not to help us better ourselves or to help others, but to learn how to make us click more, scroll more, and buy more. That's the most important value right now.
Buy more. Drive technology forward. Buy more iPhones. Buy more laptops. Make them better, stronger, faster, cheaper, quicker, higher resolution, bigger memory. What is that doing? That is, we are ushering in some techno god. Is that just AI reaching back in time?
How many things has your iPhone replaced? It seems like every few months it's another thing that's gone.
GPS, compass, fucking notepad,
your diary, your
everything.
Photo album,
everything.
Your camera,
everything.
Your video camera,
everything.
Your television.
It's everything.
Your cookbook.
It's everything. But what are we doing? We're all, like you said, it's not to understand each other better. It's all to buy more stuff. And what does buying do? It pushes it forward, makes it better. So what are we doing? We're accelerating. We're facilitating the evolution of technology, and we know what the ultimate end is, right? It's a hyper intelligent AI. It's a strong AI.
You're talking about the singularity.
Well, I'm talking about all technology goes to that, from the wheel to the ship of the line to the Wright Flyer. to the iPhone 1 to the iPhone 8, it's all the same thing. What it is, it's a direction of increasing memory power and decreasing cost.
A point that was raised on that documentary, The Social Dilemma, on Netflix. What was really good was we're all afraid of the singularity, and when the point where AI becomes superior to human intelligence. But they said that's not even the point. The point is when AI becomes able to play on human weakness. And we're already there, and we've been there.
We're already there.
For 12 years now, because of the way that social media's AI plays on your weaknesses, knowing what you click on, how long you view every screen, when you're scrolling, you're pausing, and all that is being recorded.
Every thumb movement,
where you are when you do it, metadata. Who's around you when you do it, what your emotional state is. It's really scary.
Yeah, what the wind direction is at the time, using weather with your GPS. It is seeing every chess piece. It's seeing trillions at every moment.
Yeah.
I mean, how do we not know that it's not looking into the future and says, like, I just need to get everyone to click because that's going to lead to this, which is going to lead to this, which is going to lead to these new, these new computer chips, which will lead to the formation of it. It could be looking so far forward, but to it is as simple as like, be like if I had a bunch of dogs and my goal as AI was to wake up the owner. Let's say you, Paul, are sleeping. It may be as simple to me as like, I'm going to wake the dogs up with like a piece of whatever ham. Get them going crazy and running around, and I throw the ham and you wake up. It may be as simple as that. It's just like, yeah, I do this and then this happens. But we see it as, we don't even see it as a complex thing. We just don't even see it. That's how beyond us. We're looking at it as is like, oh, political strife. No, it's driving us to get clicks. Why does it need clicks? Because that's just chess move one out of 97,000 consecutive moves that lead to hyper-intelligent AI turning the whole universe of matter into nanotransistors.
You bet. And we're so stupidly addicted to it that, how do you feel when you go somewhere and you forgot your phone?
Naked.
Right. Weird, right?
Feel naked.
Like, I gotta go get this thing.
Yeah. It's like not having pants on. I gotta go back. Can we go back later? No, I gotta go back now. I don't have it. I don't have the thing.
The thing. You know the thing.
What thing? The thing that I hold in my hand to look at so I don't have to address my own thoughts. Like, right? It's
become so much a part of me that once in a while I will be talking to someone on the phone and I want to send a text message to someone else. So I'll be looking around like, where's my phone?
Where's my phone? Oh, fuck, I'm talking to this person. Hurry up, get off so I can get back into my reality tunnel.
Yeah. It's exactly right. I would much rather just avoid phones altogether and just go to texting.
Yeah, but you won't, and neither will I.
No.
Nope. Let's just call what it is. We won't. We'll talk about what we should do a time before phones, but none of us are ever going to do a thing because, well, I just got to do one more thing, and then we'll start the Luddite revolution. No, we're not. Yes. No, we're not. How are we going to do the Luddite revolution? Well, we could make it group me, and then nope, can't do that, right? It's all. So which raises the question then, we're looking at it as, it's this thing, like if apes could somehow see us, would they look at us and be like, one day, like the humans are going to take over? No, how do we look back? We don't look at we took over, we look at we came from them. Mm-hmm. Is AI necessarily this separate thing that we're bringing about and then it replaces us? Or is it just us? The same way that we are apes, the same way that apes were those weird little shrews that survived the asteroid impact, the KT extinction event 65 million years ago that got rid of the dinosaurs. Are the dinosaurs just extensions of single or multi-celled organism? Like, where do you draw the line and say the apes replaced the shrews, or you say the apes came from the shrews? The humans replaced the apes. No, we came from, what do we say? We evolved from apes. We came out of the jungle. Is AI, is it this thing that's replacing us, or do we have it all wrong? Are we solely putting on the mask? We're solely getting into the new costume of AI.
Well, it's still a tool.
Yeah.
But at some point it becomes an independent entity.
What about
it's no longer man's tool, it's man's adversary.
until man plugs in with Neuralink. What do we merge with it? Is it not a separate thing at all? Is it just us amplified?
I just saw a video of a Brazilian pianist who lost his ability to use his hands, and he's got bionic gloves now that somehow he can play the piano, and the tears were just coming down his face because somehow some kind of neural link allowed him to move his fingers and play the piano. And I thought, what a really beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's capable of great good.
Is that just the AI pulling on our limbic system, saying, look at these emotions you feel, look at this guy, right? What if it's just, it's like all those multinational corporations that change their avatar on Twitter to BLM. Yeah. It's like they don't give a fuck. They just put their finger in the air and said, we can get more sales, right?
Yeah. I think that worked out too well for him, though.
No, because they ended up burning it down. But yeah. But point being is, like, we're like arms sales, right? Is it Frank Zappa? Politics is just the entertainment arm of the military-industrial complex machine. It's just an arm. It's just a branch. It's a piece of it. Like Disney has its apparel branch. Is stuff like that. You can play piano. Or I cured your grandmother's cancer. Is that just AI just winning hearts and minds?
I don't know. I'd like to sit behind the stick of an F-35 and maybe judge how that goes.
Okay.
As a fighter pilot and say, is this worth the risks of the potential Armageddon, the opportunities that it presents us? Because I'd say that's probably like as close as you and I could ever get to something like that.
Yeah.
Peak
AI.
technology.
Yeah, get behind. Yeah, you see that thing fucking murdering things from 100 miles away. You're like, oh, this is a cold machine.
Yeah.
I don't know, Paul. I don't fucking know. A point I brought up on the podcast before this, which wasn't my podcast, I was on his. I guess I'll link that. Is we're bringing up kind of what you just said about reality tunnels. What is the only way around this? That we're all getting different information. How the hell can this guy vote for X? Didn't he read this? The only way is to get all the information out there. And how can you do that during a debate? You can't, because it's just 30 seconds. It means nothing.
Right.
I think that Trump has to go out, and first debate always gets more views than the next two. And this debate, above all others, everything going on with COVID, I mean, this is the perfect storm. Does Trump just walk out and say, Joe Rogan invited me on his podcast, I accept. Sleepy Joe, why aren't you there? And all he has to do is, because now the debate doesn't matter, they can just say whatever. If there's going to be a 4-hour sit down between them, no script, no teleprompter, no crowd, no nothing, just those two live. And then if Biden doesn't show, Trump can just show up and spew whatever he wants uncontested, which Biden can't let happen. Why didn't he show up? He's not strong enough to take me on in a debate. How is he going to be strong enough to get behind the reins of the Oval, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that
Trump's
has to be
something, because they're coming for him on COVID and they're coming for him on his tax returns. I mean,
you're right. You're right. But what if Trump comes out and the first thing he says is, that's a very good question. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. But before anything, and this is what the guy I had on before this goes, what if he just looks at the camera and goes, the next debates are on October 7th, but on October 5th, I am going on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Joe, I would like you there with me for 4 hours. If he says that, nothing else in the debate matters. You can bring up COVID deaths, you can bring up tax returns, none of it matters. It will all have been nuked. Total blindside. Sun Tzu, Art of War. It is just the ultimate illusion, is the ultimate winning the battle before it starts. Because now you have moved the public eye from the debates, this establishment curated piece of shit dog and pony show, to the Joe Rogan experience, where you have to sit for 4 hours and do it live.
I like how you think. I think that would be a brilliant move. It might happen.
If it happens, it has to, because, I mean, Trump is a showman. He's an entertainer. Like, he knows, right? For better or worse. You don't have to take this as a pro-Trump. For better or worse. You know, your poster behind you, Hello Pop.
Yeah.
Looking at it as the little thumbnail that it appears small on my screen, if you kind of blur your eyes, it looks like a side profile of Iron Man's Head and Shoulders.
I never thought about that, but I can see why you'd say that. That's actually a reproduction of an old movie poster from the Three Stooges before they were on their own.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. They're down in the corner. You might be able to see them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's badass. Looked like Iron Man. I was like, why is Paul? I was like, Paul has some cool Iron Man.
There's the other one right there. See?
Ted Healy, the
Same
big
deal.
idea. That's badass. My mom has several framed, because my mom, her mom used to have these, that magazine Collier.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of those framed, like originals, like the covers.
Neat.
And they have like articles on like the hit new entrepreneur, Henry Ford. It's crazy looking at him. It's like the lessons we can learn from the Great War. It's called the Great War because there hasn't been a World War II yet. It's right. Those are psychedelic to look at. It's automobile deaths topped 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
And then one of them, the front cover debate is it's immigration, it's Statue of Liberty, and it's just like some shit just never dies. Why should we let more in? It's like, Jesus, this is 105 years ago. Same argument, same goddamn. Are they gonna work? Are they? It's just like, Jesus.
Yep.
I don't know. Let me look at the 640. Mind if can we run this one to? I don't know. We can go a little after 7. What do you got to do? I don't want to keep you.
I have my son's 25th birthday at 6, so I'm going to keep it strictly to the clock tonight.
To the clock? All right, yeah. So, all right, gotcha. Just making sure. Happy birthday to your son.
Thank you. 25 on the 25th.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Wait, but today's the 28th.
Yeah, well, he was busy on the 25th.
Is today the 28th or 29th?
Don't ask me. I just go to work and go where I'm told.
I just earn the cash and come home.
That's right.
You're nothing more, Paul. You're just a racehorse. I mean, they don't need you. They're going to take you out back.
Bug in the machine.
You've did your part. Get out of here. I thought I was good.
Man.
It is. We'll all be taken out back one day. They no longer
we'll do
needs
the
us.
Best that we can. I don't know. I tell you what, I'm getting to be a little slower than I should be, so I've got to get back on the bike, get myself in shape, quit eating everything. I went to the doctor yesterday. He said my blood type was Rocky Road.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
No, Paul. Paul, you can't die on me, man. You got to get healthy.
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
Good.
That's the plan.
Good. Well, it's always the plan. We all have plans, though.
Well, I'm one day in.
Okay. All right.
I got up early and rode the bike this morning.
Hell yeah. How good does it feel when you do a little exercise first thing in the morning? How good does the rest of the day feel?
Well, it makes the rest of the day feel better, but it doesn't feel good at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Sitting up all the time. Oh, no, it fucking sucks when you do it. But God damn, how good is the rest of the day?
Better. It's better.
It is. It's the best. The first thing you do is work out. The rest of the day is glorious.
Yeah, I agree. It's just getting up. Oh, especially now it's getting darker and staying darker later.
Yeah.
Cold. Woo.
Winter.
I'll tell you what.
Creeping in. Get back in bed. Just get a blanket. Have another roll. You'll burn it off next year. Just get a little warmer. Meanwhile, and buy some presents for Christmas. Buy a new iPhone. So the AI just creeps into us.
That's right. And you need this new diet pill. And look at this pair of shoes that'll keep you looking good. And
you'll be happy. You'll be happy. You just need this one more thing, and then you'll be happy.
That's right.
Happiness is just around the corner. You're almost there.
Just out of grasp.
I know I've been saying it's almost there for the last 30 years, but I'm not lying this time. It's just right there. Oh, you missed it. Maybe try again.
Not that one. This one.
It's right there. It's just, you can almost get it.
2 easy payments.
Just right there. Well, you got it, but you should get the accessories.
Right. It's all about attitude. You got to fully commit.
It's fully, yeah. Well, now you got it, but you know the 2021 model's coming out of Thing, Incorporated.
Yeah.
You got to get Thing. You got to get New Thing.
Your
New
neighbor
Thing
had-
is even bigger.
Boy, look great.
Yeah, it looks great on him. I bet you would go to the gym more if you bought New Thing.
Right.
Why do you need to go to the gym? I'll be in better shape. Then I'll be happy.
We can finance it with PayPal.
If you can finance it with PayPal, it's just right there. It's just right there. And you're fucking dead. You're 80. It's over. You fell for it. You stupid bitch. You bit the cheese. You stupid mouse. You went for it. Game over. It's over. It's gone.
That's so true in the world that we live in. It's
eerie. I don't even think that's an observation on modern world. I think that's just the human condition. I think 1,000 years ago it was probably the same thing. You get these, you get that new parchment, you're gonna be happy, right? You get that new quill, and I bet you'll be looking good now. She'll look at you twice if you have the new quill.
The new flint arrowhead will make you the envy of all the ladies.
Yeah, hey, you go get that new stone club. You can kill all the tigers. Then you'll be something else.
That's right.
What if you're the only cave with fire? Whoa. So now you've got it going.
It is the human condition. Was it Thomas Jefferson that said happiness is not having what you want, it's wanting what you have?
Oh, that's good. It's really good.
It is good.
It's amazing.
He's a smart man.
It's amazing. Yeah, he should have gone into politics.
He really would have done well, I think.
Would have done great. I would have put him on the fucking coin. But yeah, it's weird because I don't think it's just us. I think there was a book and it was about all the different there's infinite, but some guy wrote 50 different. It's like a 50-page book, and each story is just a page. And it's like what happens after you die. Some of them are like you do this. Some of them are you whatever. But one of them is like you get to heaven, and it's like, man, I just want a dog's life. I want everyone to love me. I just get treats all day, and I just sleep in the sun, and I'm always wagging my tail. So you start becoming a dog, but what happens is your brain also changes into that of a dog.
Ooh.
And as you start changing, these things that you saw as the best, now you're like, I need it. I need this treat. I need food. You have no understanding that the food is still here. When your owners leave, you're not like, yeah, they're coming back later. It's anxiety attack. The owner just left. They're never coming back. So, and then you're like, I just sleep all day, but it's because you're depressed because you think your owner's dead. And so all these things you wanted, the dog can't appreciate it. So what does the dog do? Oh man, I wish I just had a worm's life. And so you go down to and he keeps going and going and going, and it doesn't matter. Or it goes, I think it goes in a different direction, and you become an enlightened being. But once you're enlightened, there's just a whole new set of misery, and it's just you've escaped biology and neurotransmitters and wants and needs, but now you're stuck in a qualm of a timeless infinity and how that sucks. So you want to become a god, and you become a god, and the god's like, man, this sucks. Oh god, it was fucking depressing. But it's is there any way to do it? Do you just, it's for the brain to appreciate what it has, it can't have it in a weird way. It's what is that you don't wish for the good old days. These are the good old days right now. In 2040, we're going to be like, man, remember those original TPC episodes? Back before that asshole sold out? Remember when it was Paul and Tommy talking about UFOs and the Tic Tac? That was back when he had the hunger. He and Paul would get on, they'd shoot the shit. Now they're just paid corporate stooges. They don't know anything. But the reality is, or even, it might even be us. We might be like, Paul, remember those original ones before the podcast took off? Before I, dwarfed Joe Rogan. Remember back when it was just you and me, and I was above my parents' garage, and you'd be like, I do remember that. Trump was running. We'd be like, it was so simple. We were just hustling. But you come back to right now, and you're like, man, I fucking hate working out in the morning. And I'm like, god damn it, I fucking hate living above my parents' garage. It's, what is going on? It's back in the good old days. My son just turned 25. But now it's man, it was just yesterday. He was sitting on my lap. It's can we ever exist where we want? Or are we eternally tormented?
I think that's why I'm no psychologist. I think that's why rich people are so unhappy.
Probably.
They buy everything they want and find that it's not the answer, and then they don't know where to turn.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Maybe happiness is like, you have enough stuff that you're not hurting for like food and water and shelter, but you're not rich enough that you can just point and get. Maybe happiness is staying in that eternal hamster wheel grind. Maybe where we are is just like the best that can be done.
Well, you know what? I'd be okay with that.
So would I. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Just to be able to appreciate a good conversation and comfortable chair, and the fact that my wife's making a delicious meal and the kids are coming over, and just that's that.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
My dad just got home from work. Mom and dad are downstairs. We're gonna watch the fucking debate, for better or worse, and laugh our asses off.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. If this is as good as it gets, I don't think that's depressing. I'm like, I would have had it go farther, but I'll take this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Consider that we're probably in the wealthiest 1% of the world.
Not only now, but of all time.
Of all time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
We have running water. We
yeah.
We are at a point in. We live in a place where we can just style our hair for the fuck of it. Like, it doesn't just grow. It doesn't just grow forever. Like, that's where we are, right? You have glasses. I have glasses, but today I decided to put in contacts. Like, I just had the ability to just put in these little fucking clear, disposable. I don't even have to wear them once and then just say fuck off.
You know, my grandmother was born in 1904. Mm-hmm. So she saw, I mean, her world was so different. They didn't have plumbing, of course. They lived out in the country. They had chickens and goats to feed themselves with. And you know what she got for Christmas? And she was thrilled. An orange.
Yeah.
An orange, man. Think about that.
I think my dad's 5 older sisters, one Christmas, got a coat hanger to share. You can hang one thing a week on it. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, our expectations have changed. That's for sure.
Yeah, and now I'm sitting here bitching because I don't have enough terabytes on my hard drive.
Speaking of that, I just got a new hard drive, and it is amazingly fast.
Yeah?
Yeah, my iMac was just not running at all, so I had to replace the hard drive, and now it's a lot better. Of course, apparently the speaker doesn't, the microphone doesn't work.
Well, Paul, if you just get the new microphone, then you'll be happy. We're so close. We're so fucking close. Fuck all this conversation. Just buy one more thing, and then we're there, Paul. It's finished.
As soon as we're done, I'm getting on Amazon and getting a microphone. Then I'll be okay. I'll be cool.
Tell me what it's like to finally be happy.
I will pass that information on if I have time in the midst of my extreme happiness.
Of your ecstatic, wondrous, exalting bliss.
Yes, the true bliss.
What if you actually just hit it? You buy a microphone and you become like the next Gandhi. You just get rid of your clothes. You just wear like a simple like cloth and you just meditate all day. And you just, what if that was it? You actually hit it on the head.
You know what? I'd be willing to try.
Fuck it, I would. I get a new hard drive in the mail and I also become a Buddha.
Yeah.
And this podcast becomes the most viewed video of all human history. 2 assholes that making fun of enlightenment actually achieved it.
I'm not even in a diaper.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to. I don't think we'd even need diaper. If you're truly enlightened, what difference does it make whether or not the excretions are inside of you or outside of you?
It's all the same.
It's all one. It's all one continuous flow of matter. And
I rarely wear underwear anyway.
Yeah. I don't even wear pants anymore.
Yeah, unless it's something really special.
Yeah, yeah. I got you for 2 more minutes, and then I'll let you go at 6:59. I'm looking at my. I'll let you
get released today.
Yeah, I'm letting you go. I'm gonna let you out on good behavior, Paul.
It's because we're approaching enlightenment.
It is. As we approach enlightenment, time becomes less important.
Nirvana. Time actually slows. The remaining 90 seconds of this podcast will last an infinite amount of time.
Forever. Each second lasts 1 trillion times longer than the one previous.
But will we perceive it that way?
Whoever was listening to this episode, has tuned out. And whoever's still here, shout out to you. thanks for
whatever you're on some.
Wherever you are, whatever toilet you're sitting on with your pants around your ankles. What's weird is there will be people listening to this for the first time just through the law of averages. Someone right now is listening to our voices. To them, it's in real time now, but it's 2025.
Yeah.
You know, how many times on YouTube do you find a video it's uploaded 7 years ago? Right now, someone is for the first time. This is new to them, and they're in the toilet.
The future.
That is weird. We're speaking to you. So you on the phone, taking a shit in your school, in your college library's bathroom. I see you, and I'm fucking coming for you.
We are. We'll be there.
Yeah.
If I get my cholesterol straightened out, that is.
Yeah. If I don't, just generally, I don't know, get hit by a stray bullet from some Marxist revolutionaries, but.
Well, we'll see if that's going to happen after the debate tonight.
Yeah. 30 seconds, Paul. What happens in the debate? Yeah, 30 seconds. What goes down?
It's Trump's going to pull out that enormous 12-incher and lay it on the desk.
How does Biden call his bluff? Does he go over and just start stroking it, looking him dead in the eye? What other way do you got?
I mean, that's the only play he's got at that point.
I think if Biden just goes out, takes his mask off, and starts Frenching Trump, shit, I'd vote for him. I'd be like, God damn, that took some balls.
It's not quite like the Britney Madonna kiss, but it does have a certain kind of elan that I like.
Has certain. I mean, you want to fucking take the fire from Trump, you go out and you French him.
That would do it.
And then you just stroke his cheek and you say, no matter what happens, I'll always love you. I mean, fucking hell, I'd vote for him. Because if he can do that to a sitting president, then I think he can take on the CCP.
It's pretty ballsy. Yeah.
You know what to do. You know what to do, Joe.
I don't see it happening.
Follow your heart.
If it does, I will give you the worship and adoration you truly deserve for calling them.
My podcast will take off overnight.
It will be amazing.
It will, because there we go. Come on, you stupid piece of shit. There we go. It's got the date. Got the date, the time. There we go. We got it. All right.
We can prove you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Happy birthday to Paul Whitcomb's son. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 21st birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll see you, buddy, and yeah, let's start doing these again. I like that you're back more often. Let's fucking do this. I can't go that long without you. I go through withdrawals.
All right. Once a week is good for me.
Fuck yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Peace.